Hey, how you doing, YouTube? Rusty, rustysmetals.com, the Precious Metals Hub. Jim Willey was in the news again, interviewed by Perpetual Assets, and this one's an hour and a half long. So be sure to listen to all the information that he presents. He suggests a lot of things, and one thing I want to mention is the bankers that are dying could add up to approximately 34 because these people are somehow or another know something about the fraud going on and are somehow giving information to the Interpol investigations into the fraud. So look into that. Listen to his explanation of why they want to take all your pension funds in My IRA, the newest Ponzi scheme from the federal government. Be sure to listen to that. It's very awesome. One thing I wanted to go over today is the video from Greg Hunter, Karen Hoods. Either we take back our gold, our legality, or we'll have World War III. This is a whistleblower that was lead counsel for the World Bank, and she was arrested for trespass. Eric Holder arrested her for trespassing when she was invited to look over certain financial statements and to make sure they all added up right. Well, she didn't think they added up right, so she got arrested. And ever since then, she has formed a coalition. And I was listening to this interview, and something struck me. And I've been going down this rabbit hole ever since, listening to the interview half a dozen times, listening to every word. One thing that she said was something about a second constitution. Are there really two constitutions in the United States? She proposes yes. She sent down some researchers to the Carolinas, did some research. These researchers found that the Act of 1871, creating this District of Columbia within Washington, creating this allegiance to the crown, the Vatican crown, and a corporation. And let me just read a couple things that I have come across. Now I'm referencing this PDF. Go ahead and look for it yourself. It's on Amazon Cloud Network. Two Constitutions in U.S. PDF by Karen Hoods. Hoodas, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, let me just read this. This is very disturbing. If this is true, this is very, very disturbing, and I want everyone to share this information because this could be the head of the snake. And this is how we defeat the beast. This New World Order, whatever you want to call it, Illuminati, corporation state, police state. We actually are property of this corporation. We have given consent through birth certificates, social security numbers. We are actually held as collateral to a future debt, and it's very disturbing. And if this is true, this is where we attack. This is where we save the republic. But as it stands right now, if this is true, we don't have a republic. We are actually under control of this District of Columbia Corporation. The Act of 1871. The United States President and Congress have been playing politics under a different set of rules and policies. The second Constitution was set forth in secret, and the American people have been hoodwinked or blindfolded ever since. The first Constitution set forth leaders of the newly independent states of the United States in 1776, claiming independence from the Crown, and the Republic was born. For 95 years, we were free and independent. Ever since the Act of 1871, or the Constitution of the United States for America, was changed. Now, it used to be Constitution for the United States for America, was changed. And you know it now as the Constitution of the United States of America. Of America. Of this, we are of the corporation. And this came about after the Civil War. We were in dire financial straits. So Congress made a deal with these crooks, these banksters, these money junkies, these people that we fought a revolutionary war over, got a deal back into the with the Crown, aka the London Corporation Establishment, by the Catholic Church. On January 1st, 1855, going under contract incurring debt to the Pope. The Pope and the bankers were not just going to lend money without certain ramifications. So the Act of 1871 was a plan to take back control of the United States. Without constitutional authority, Congress at the time created a separate form of government for the District of Columbia city-state, or a state within a state called the District of Columbia, located within Washington, covering 10 square miles, armed with its own independent constitution and flag. Thus, here we have the secret constitution. It basically usurps our sovereignty. The flag is basically a red flag with 3 stars on top of it, a couple stripes. It symbolizes the 3-city empire: Washington, D.C., London Corp., and Vatican City State. The District of Columbia operates under tyrannical Vatican law, known as local law or lex fori. The District of Columbia operates as a corporation outside the original Constitution of the United States and has total disregard for the American public. The President is the chief executive of the corporation of the United States. He governs the board of directors, the cabinet officials, and managers such as senators and Congress members. The senators and Congress members act as managers for the people. They manage us. They don't represent us. This is mind-boggling. It's just, I have no idea what's going on anymore. The President is acting as an operating vessel, keen, and takes orders from the Crown, also known as the Royal Institute of International Affairs. The Royal Institute of International Affairs was created in 1919. The American equivalent to the Royal Institute of International Affairs is the Council of Foreign Relations, or the CFR. Now, if you know about the CFR, Hillary Clinton goes down there and testifies for the CFR, and she's admitted that the CFR is actually calling the shots, running the country. Now, all the pieces are falling into place here. We don't have a republic. We have a corporation with board members that are sitting on the CFR. The Royal Institute of International Affairs and the CFR set up the Round Table groups. The Act of 1871, the United States under Crown rule, which is Vatican rule, United States people lost their independence in 1871. The Constitution of the United States of America, or Second Secret Constitution created by the Act of 1871, is the Incorporated United States of America. It operates to fool the people that it governs the republic. What Congress did with this minor alteration is created an entirely new document, the Constitution for the Government of the District of Columbia, an incorporated government for profit. Now, this makes a lot of sense because they're unaccountable. The president's unaccountable. Congress is unaccountable. They don't listen to us anymore. They don't follow the rules. Everything they do is unconstitutional. It's just, it's mind-boggling. If this is true, this is where we need to attack. We need to repeal this. Karen Hoodis suggests that we do an Article 5 Constitutional Convention. I'm very wary of doing a Constitutional Convention because the delegates chosen obviously won't be chosen by the people. It'll be chosen by these lobbyists, these corrupt politicians, and what comes out of it will not be something that we can respect. So I suggest that we nullify state by state, and then if we can nullify 1871, the Act of 1871, I don't know the ramifications of that, but we can coin our own money without interest. We don't need to pay interest to these bankers. These bankers are trying to take over the world. Recent revelations of the Ukraine protesting in Kiev, turns out that somehow or another the USA was involved and paid protesters to be there $50 a day. Now, $50 a day in a rundown country seems to be pretty easy to do, and $50 a day with 1 million people protesting seems like a drop in the bucket for these people that can just print money and then add the bill to the people of the United States to pay interest on. This happened in Libya. This happened in Syria. This is happening all over the place. It's like a shadow government that we have to dissolve. We went to a revolutionary war to get rid of these people. We were free for apparently 95 years. And most of us think that we still are free, but it's just an illusion. We need to wake up. Karen Hoodis has started a coalition with 188 countries, including Russia and China, militaries across the world, to stop this World War III situation. Do your research. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a constitutional historian. But if this is true, we need to wake up. We need to. This is the head of the snake. We need to take care of these people. We can all be rich. We can all thrive. But we can't because we're paying taxes, a lot of them, to the bankers for no good reason. Visit rustysmetals.com. Purchase some gold and silver. As you can see, silver is up quite a bit. 2050 is a key number. Gold is coming off its double bottom. It is passing 1300 here real soon. I think it touched 1300 and backed off just a little bit before the close today. Wake up, people. Protect yourself. Let's spread this news, would you? It's important.